In this video from We Are Racing. Hey guys, this is future me, just needing to explain something really quickly. We have run into a pretty serious snag with the Birkin build on account of the starter. So all of my energy has been going into the starter and trying to sort out the starter for the last while, and that's put a serious dent into completing the Birkin. So a bit of a different video today. Let's get stuck into it. Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be a little bit different because we decided to do a questions and answers section. You can also call this maybe a 20 questions video. What we've done is we've gone to our YouTube channel and we've collated all of the questions that you guys have asked us over the last couple of months, and we would like to address those answers with you, or go through those answers with you, or just actually have a bit of a conversation with you, because we haven't done anything like this yet, and I think it'll be fun. I'm going to quickly go check if the microphone is in fact on. Right, the microphone is on, thanks. You guys could have just told me that the microphone was on, but okay, fine. Right, so we've got 20 questions and we would like to go through them in the shortest space of time. Before we start with that though, please like, please subscribe, and please share with your friends. We are trying to build our channel up to 10,000 subscribers, which is a real magic number for YouTube. And we cannot do that without your help. We've gotten to this point with your help and we really do appreciate it. The next point, reminder, guys, we are looking for our next project and we've got some really brilliant ideas coming through. Unfortunately, only really one of those ideas are really viable at this particular point. Keep these suggestions coming, please. We love those comments. You guys know that we respond to every single comment that we get. It's a thing on this channel. And we're trying to build our crowd participation or our subscriber participation. We would like to be a channel that talks back to you and answers your questions if and when. So the first one on my list here, I was really hoping, and I left it for too late, it's all my fault. Joe Skingle, who's the winner of our 1,000 subscriber giveaway, lives in the UK, and Frans de Vet called it when he said, yes, you bought that toolkit, you're probably going to pay 3 times that to get it to the UK. Yeah, my bad. I should have not bought the toolkit up front. I should have maybe just posted an idea or a picture of what it's going to look like, because what we ended up doing is we bought it off Amazon and shipped it directly to Joel in the UK. And we are planning a call with Joel where he can himself confirm to you guys that he received this gift, and he can comment on, I hope it was a quality gift that he's received. But yes, we're planning that, and it's difficult with, you know, working across continents. Joel's quite a busy guy. He's got a photography company as well, and he's doing renovations on his house at the moment, he tells me. So it's tough to get our diaries synced. Second question. This was from the episode where we had a fail with the alternator bracket, and I can tell you that we are back on the alternator bracket. And Francis de Vet, thank you for your comment. We will indeed use CAD this time around. CAD as in cardboard aided design, to get a cardboard template of what the bracket actually needs to look like, and then build it from there so that we don't make the same mistake again. The next question that we have over here, Kobus Griesel in one of our episodes commented that, you know, we're crawling around on the floor over here. I think it was the episode when we got the little dolly. And Kobus, when I grow up, after I've grown a mustache, we will definitely have a garage that is big enough to have a 2-pillar hoist installed over there, because we already have a problem with parking. So having a 2-pillar hoist in there means we can put one car up in the air and put another one down underneath it, and that means Desiree's car can go back here where it belongs, and I can be in less trouble about her car not sleeping inside the garage. Murray Donkin, we mentioned this before. Murray is a massive supporter of the channel. He's always there with good advice and information and diagrams and things that just make our life a lot easier. When we started the channel, one of the first videos that we posted was around this car and where we've gotten to it. And I remember making the comment that, okay, I don't remember it. I watched the video again when I checked these things. Any case, I remember saying that there's no manual, there's no guidance or anything like this. Murray has actually given us so much guidance and so many manuals and things. Like for instance, we realized just the other day when we were looking at wiring, on this where the fuses are, there's a little hole on the side over here where the wiring is supposed to come through, not all the way around the other side the way we did it. So at some point, it looks like I'm going to have to pull out all the wiring and redo it and get it the way that it's supposed to go. Murray, thanks a stack, you're a legend. Brett Jones, you had a comment on the oily bits, that adapter that we put in there to relocate our oil filter to a different spot, and I didn't know how to change the thing. I've since figured it out. It's actually a lot easier. Your comments and your description helped a hell of a lot. We have moved it ever so slightly, so it takes a little bit of a better path, but it turns out the path that we had there initially wasn't too far off where we wanted the thing, because it does clear the exhaust pipe very nicely and it does stay away from all the hot bits over there. So thanks for that. The one thing that we still need to do, and this will come in a video quite soon, is we need to fit the oil pressure sensor. Our oil gauge, we've got the oil pressure light, the little red light that goes off when we achieve oil pressure, but we've also got an oil pressure and oil temperature gauge inside the car, a digital gauge. So we would like to fit that, and my local guys that work with pneumatics said to me I must just bring them the fittings and they will actually make a little adapter for us to be able to put that sensor in there. The sensor does not fit behind the exhaust either. Nothing fits behind this exhaust. It's pretty. Nah, let's not go there. It's pretty, but it's difficult. Right, the Caterham Cave. We're very honored to be followed by Caterham Cave. We are fans of yours too. Thank you very much, and thanks for the support and all the comments that you've given us. We went to that Kit Car Direct website and we did indeed find the switches that we were looking for, and they are on their way. With COVID and the stuff that's going on in the world at the moment, we have no idea of how long it's actually going to take to get this stuff here, but we are hopeful. Deirdre Marais, you commented that your name could be Joel after we announced the winner of our competition. Sorry, Joel is a boy person, a man person. And although we're in this inclusive society where we are very gender non-specific, you'll just need to keep on watching the channel and then maybe enter for a next competition and maybe you get lucky the next time. Desiree, we actually have a separate video. Desiree asked us a question, what is a differential and why do I need one, or do I actually need one? We made a separate video specifically on that subject with our partners Club 23, and I will post a link down below so that you can go and see differentials, what differentials are for, what their function is, how they actually basically work, and why it's important for your car to have a differential. Thanks for the question. Adrian Kutsia. Adrian commented on the flasher relay and the resistance and the fact that we could be having problems because of that. Adrian, we ran into some serious problem with the previous build where we changed the light globes, the incandescent light globes for LED, and the lack of resistance on the LED lights caused havoc with the indicators. I was actually quite surprised that these indicators worked with just two of them, or this flasher relay works properly with just two indicators connected. Normally when one of the indicators, like the front or the back, is faulty, the flasher relay starts flashing really fast. I think partly to tell you that there's a problem, but partly also because there's insufficient resistance. And I was quite amazed this one works properly without all the stuff being connected. Next question was from GTV Dad, who ran into a problem with his indicators also. I think he said the light works when he turns left, but it doesn't work when he turns right. We actually figured out that these things each need their own ground. So you need to put plenty grounds into everything over there. And I think we come back to the ground issue a little bit later. In fact, the problem that we had with our buzzer was that you're supposed to have two buzzers for the indicators, one for left and one for right. And then each one of those buzzers connect to each one of the pins in that connector over there, and then has to go to the ground on the other side, in which case they work properly. For the moment, we've decided to dump the buzzer altogether. So for the here and now, we're just going to go without it. Quibus asked us the question, Quibus Griesel asked us the question, what is a boring car? Quibus, the easiest way to explain this is when you walk away from your car and you don't look back, then you drive a boring car. It's as simple as that. So it doesn't really matter what brand, model, anything of car it is, what the age of the car is. All cars can be exciting if they're exciting to you. The next thing that we realized through your question, Quibus, that sort of just drove home was anybody can be a car guy. Car guys transcend age, gender, race, budget. I was driving in the traffic yesterday and I saw a guy driving this is a thing in South Africa at the moment, I don't know if it's in the rest of the world as well. He was driving a little Toyota Yaris and he fitted it with wheels that are way too small for the car. The result is that you've got a car that is really, really low to the ground and it looks quite funky. It's not my taste, but you know what, it looks funky, and he's clearly a car guy, and there was immediately a connection between the two of us in traffic. I was driving the Z and obviously also a modified car. And yes, it's amazing how our car people transcend everything. Having said that, also we realized that car people are the most awesome people in the entire world, hands down, no questions asked. Just through this series over here, we've made friends in the USA, the UK, Ireland. We've got a guy that actually reached out to us from Germany who's got a Birkin. And we are just absolutely blessed. It's such a fun project and we're having so much fun with this whole thing. Next question over here is, oh yes, we had a comment from UK WRX. I assume that's how you actually say it, United Kingdom WRX, probably pointing at the type of car that you drive. And she commented on the fact that in the UK you will have a problem with the speedometer getting your car through the road test when it's driven by a GPS. I can happily tell you that we have none of those issues in South Africa. They will quite happily accept the GPS driven speedometer. In fact, you don't even have to put a windscreen on this car to get it through the road test in South Africa. I don't know if that's a thing in the rest of the world either, but you will have to arrive with a helmet. You will have to wear a helmet if the car doesn't have a windscreen. Bonus on that, if you don't have a windscreen, you don't have to have wipers. If you do put a windscreen on the car, you must have wipers. Go figure. That's the way these guys make up these laws, right? Okay, next question from Murray Calderwood. Guys, if I do pronounce a name or a surname wrong, I do apologize. I'm trying my best over here. Not the best linguist in the world necessarily. Murray referred us to Performance Parts, who turns out is up the road from my house on the way to Swartkops Raceway. The connectors that we were looking for on the Toyota coil ended up costing us 55 Rand, which is a little bit less than the 20,000 Rand that Toyota wanted. Thanks a stack for that. We bought two. You'll see them fitted in this car in a future video coming very, very soon, as soon as we sort out the starter issue that we have with the car. Next question. Thanks for reaching out to us, Joe van Sale. We noticed Joe actually worked for Birkin in South Africa back in the day, he tells us. And we've noticed that a lot of people actually go with the Ford Kent motor as a powertrain for this guy. I'm wondering if that's a smaller motor and if it will fit a little bit better in here, because I tell you, we're running into some serious space issues with this Toyota motor. But we will make it work, and I'm pretty sure that the Toyota 20 valve motor is going to be an awesome power plant for this. I realized the other day that this guy will have similar power to weight ratio to my 370Z, with the difference that the 370Z comes with EBS, EBA, ABS, all kinds of interesting driver assistance which this guy won't have. The 370Z also weighs 1,250 kilograms, where this guy's closer to 500-600 kilograms. So I think it's going to be interesting. On to the next comment, Francois Greef. Yes, thank you very much. My wife is not very impressed with me for taking up her parking spot over there. So our next project will have to be a rolling chassis so that we can get it out the garage when we're not working on it. I do think I need to give her parking spot back. It's one of those things. Kobus also commented that our next project should be a Honda S2000. Kobus, I would love to get my hands on a Honda S2000. I think that would be that would be an epic build. Let's just just taking a Honda S2000, maybe sticking a turbo on top of that. The problem is that if you look at Honda S2000, and remember that our budget for this project is 100,000 Rand, and we have to be able to sell it on for a profit. You get a wrecked Honda S2000 for 100,000 bucks. Then there's no money left to fix or modify or do anything interesting with the car. So that might be a bit of a problem. Well, John Jackman, I like your idea. Let's leave it at that. Enough said. Chris Lowe, I'm afraid the same applies to what we said to Kobus just now. Our budget is 100,000 Rand, and you can't buy a Porsche in any state for 100,000 bucks. Hayabusa powered smart car, I think it's been done, but I'm wondering if you'd be able to sell that to anyone, let alone for a profit. I don't know. I'm not scrapping the idea. It's just maybe a long shot. Arno Klute, our first car that we ever built, well before the days of YouTube, was a 1275 Mini. Myself and my best mate Frans, we were at school. It was his car, and I vowed never to build a Mini again because you can't get your fingers in there. There's just no space to work on those cars. Those things, the motor was actually tucked in there so tightly. It reminds me of working on a Nissan 300 ZX. If you want to do anything to the car, pull the motor, get it out of there, work on the outside and put the motor back in. It's the best way. You'll save yourself many hours and lots of heartache. Hendley Machine, I'm assuming that's the name of your channel. A drift car was in fact one of the very first things we thought about when we looked at our new project. And the reason for that is you can pick up but you can pick up a running driving 350Z at the moment for 50,000-60,000 Rand, which is like $100 or so. I'm lying. The exchange rate is quite bad, but it's not that bad. But you can pick up one of those for a bit of a bargain, and we actually know we have quite a few contacts in the industry with modifying Nissans, getting Nissan parts, and specifically in the drift scene. Mikey Skelton taught me how to put a car sideways. Jim McFarlane taught us a couple of very nice tricks, taught my wife as well. So we've got Cappi Drift. I'll link his channel below. He's busy building a 350Z drift car at the moment. That key thing that's missing for me there is sell it on for a profit. I'm not sure that someone is going to necessarily buy a heavily modified car that's been hammered, that is designed for that purpose, that we can actually sell on for a profit, and I don't have a need for a drift car at the moment. Francois Greef, yes, we do talk bolts down. It's just that we can't always show you everything that we do on this channel and show it on video. So it is quite difficult. You know, sometimes the things that come out and the stuff that happens on the channel while you're recording could get you banned from YouTube. It is a thing. So our last answer, Reno Powell actually commented on where we're putting the safety belts and how we're bringing the safety belts through the seats when I started cutting out the little triangle. Reno, the thing is that these seats were molded off racing seats. So the allocation for the little triangles where the safety belts need to come through the seat and everywhere is already there. I just need to cut them out. They were not cut out. There are regulations for where exactly those seat belts need to be, because apparently they need to be able to hold you onto the chassis of the car when the car is upside down. It needs to strap you, and it's a safety harness. You should know about safety harnesses though. So we're a little bit hand-tied over there, and because those little places already exist and they're clearly marked, it is just easier for us to actually cut out the stuff and put them where they are supposed to go. Okay, one more question. This will be the very last question. Again, it came from Caterham Cave. Thank you guys. We didn't actually, I didn't know that diffs come preloaded. So thank you very much for your question or your answer over there, your comment, showing us our error of our ways of just punching the thing in there with a impact tool. You're right, the impact tool does come up or get up to 260 Newton meters. If you hold it in there, the torque actually comes progressively stronger. What we did, just to be safe, is we did take it off again, we put it back in, and we torqued it down with the normal torque range to 180 Newton meters, which I believe is the correct one for this particular diff. 180, 190 is not too far off each other. At least if we do run into problems and we do get noises, we'll know where to go look for the problem. Thank you very much for that. Guys, that's going to be it for our question and answer session. This is our very first one. Please tell us what you think about it. If you like this sort of one-on-one type of interaction, we might make a spot for it. And do like, do subscribe, do share with your friends. Please, we want to get the channel to 10,000 subscribers, and we can only do it with your help. Reminded about the new project. Comment, tell us what it is that you guys would like to see. And thank you very much. Thanks for being a subscriber and a loyal viewer of our channel. And we'll chat to you again in the next one. Oh, yes, Quibus, remember, life is too short to drive boring cars. See you in the next one, guys. Thank you very much.